Hey, this is Dr. SJ. This video is to lead the Corinne research project through the initial phases of coding. So first you'll go to this website, Shorner-Johnson.com. It's going to initially ask you for your username and password. The username is etown, all lowercase, and the password when it asks you for it is bluejay, all lowercase as well. Right now this is not asking me for it because it really only asks you for that username and password about once every few weeks for this major website. I get to that web page and then I hit qual query down here at the bottom, and this takes me to this page. If you want to just copy this for your bookmark, you can do that as well. Alright, here's the main page. I'm going to log in for its last name, first initial. I'm using Joe's login right now. Password is 123456 and hit submit. I don't want to remember this. Okay, and then over on the right hand side, as we talked before, is this button called profile. You want to set this up first, your name, set a more secure password than 123456, something you use, maybe you know. Enter your email so that you can be reached, and then choose a color, and we'll figure out how the colors line up. And then at the bottom of that page is a submit button, and you just hit submit. I'm going to go back to the home page. You always want to make sure that you select a project, so select Corinne Research, and then refresh to update the web page for that project. Right now, as you can see, there's 4 transcripts loaded into the system. Joe has 2 notes because I've been using him as a practice module. Let's go ahead and do it. So I'm going to say take notes on transcripts, and these are the 4 transcripts that are listed here. And you can also get to this page just by clicking on Analyze too as well. So the first thing we're going to be doing is this column right here, Analysis. And each of you received an email from me stating which transcript you were responsible for. Joe's responsible for 226, man and wife, which is P4, P5. So he's going to click on this link. Okay, and here's the transcript they're going to be working through. And your job is to start pulling apart each complete thought. So I'm going to do this first one. Korean people are in the southern Burma, northern Burma, close to China, close to Tibet. And I would probably stop it right there, and I would say that here he's describing location. I don't necessarily need to use a metaphor every time. And right now I've added codes. Codes are generalized categories that you think that you can put knowledge into, and you can always change categories as you go on. You type in something new, and you hit the plus button, and it'll automatically appear here. I'm going to be happy with this being context, since this is geography, location, and then I can either hit return or I can hit the submit button. So I'm going to hit return, and it doesn't show much because the screen's not wide enough, but down here at the bottom now I have a second code that's been added here, and you just keep doing that as you go through. You just keep selecting text and labeling it as you go through, and that's how it kind of works through that stage or process through it. Okay. When you're done with this, you have one more step to do. I'm going to go back to Analyze, and I'm going to go to Code Comparison. Okay. Right now these are all Joe's codes. He hasn't really chosen a color, so it's kind of this grayed out area. And what I want to do is I want to summarize the transcript. And so when I'm done with coding, I want to kind of form some kind of reflection about what the transcript was about. And so I write just a very brief summary of what I think the major themes are that seem to be emerging out of the transcript. Type that up, put that in here, hit submit, and that's recorded as some of the data that we need for our project. It's really important that you summarize this information when you're done coding, so you can start to bring ideas together about what appears to be emerging from the transcript. And we're going to have discussions about that in class on Tuesday. So 2 tasks. Number 1, go through and code your transcript. And number 2, immediately when you're done, kind of summarize and bring together what you think are the major ideas that appear to be emerging. And that's pretty much the project for the time being.